All right, so I went up to that Lemurian Life Expo in Mount Shasta and did the Faery Falls workshop. It was the first workshop I've done for an event that was aligned. I had done them before speaking at Comic Cons and things, but they very small groups. I think one of them had like two people type of thing. One had a bit more, but not aligned people, not heart centered people, not awake people, more skeptics and that type of thing. So this event was beautiful. If you don't know Ruben or follow his uh, show, please do. I'll tag him below. He invited me out to the event. And I was able to meet a bunch of cool people, the producers, the audio people, the volunteers, vendors, everybody. Made tons of friendships, beautiful, beautiful, heart centered, service focused, not about the money, ego, anything like that type of nature. And I went up to Faery Falls. Callie, one of the producer's daughters, took me up there, and we spent some time hiking up so they could show me the area. And I was concerned because it was a steep incline and there were some spots that were fishy as far as the ease of getting down to the falls and getting down to the water, the rocks. And so I was like, I don't know about this. Uh, but we had a good group. It was a hiking. It's one of those things. It's like I could hike it with ease, and you tell your friend, oh, it's an easy hike, but then they get on it and they're like, no, it's not an easy hike. Um, so luckily we like prepared everybody, and we were shocked. Bailey went with me, and she held. It was good because she was able to help Ruben with speaker. She carried a speaker with her and held my materials and helped with questions, guided questions when they were needed, and that sort of thing. So we both noticed the same thing, that the event was actually, for the most part, older people. These weren't kids in their 20s. Even the people who looked younger were in their 30s, in their late 30s. Uh, I don't think there were, you know, when I think back on it, I don't think there was anybody under the age of 30. I mean, most of the people were older. Some of them were quite older, and they huffed it up that incline. They went down to the falls. Took their time. Some of it was a little slow going and cautious in that. And we had a gentleman by the name of Don, who was an awesome guy who helped people up and down the inclines as I was talking and moving on and that sort of thing. And it was just beautiful to see that, showing that, like, hey, age doesn't matter. It does not matter how old you are. Some of these people were, 70s and 60s, 70s, and it was beautiful to see. But as we went up, I talked about fairies. Doug took over the show from the beginning. I was supposed to talk about water beings, and they were like, nope, you're going to talk about fairies. You're going to talk about Sasquatch. You're going to talk about these other ones, to get the activations these people needed. And we did talk about water beings and the mermaids and Eretria, the Atlantia queen, and some of those other experiences that I've had along the East Coast that I've shared in other videos. But we went down to the falls. People got in the water. They were getting codes and activated. There were butterflies everywhere. One of the producers even said, I've never seen so many butterflies. This is Willow's energy. I've never seen so much energy, so many butterflies, the doorways opening, all this other stuff going on. And I put my hands in the water at one point and called all the beings up to the falls. I could feel there was a water woman around. I could feel the Sasquatches following us on the ridge. They were trying to stay away so people weren't scared if they did physically see them. And we went up to the falls and everybody got into the water. And it was nice because this portable speaker, with the water so loud, they could actually hear me speaking. And so they sat in the water. We did a channeled meditation, and the beings came in. There was somebody saw the water woman. Another person saw a portal open on the moss on the rock. The Sasquatches were there. They were meditating, shooting energy down. Some of them were looking over, waving, and just watching everybody. Fairies were everywhere. The fairy beings, they were just absolutely everywhere. Doorways appearing, the fairy homes, that sort of thing. And Doug running around because that's what he does and opens up that energy. We had a ship come in. I wasn't expecting that. I was doing the meditation, and a ship came in and started beaming light down on everybody to activate them to different awarenesses. And then what was really cool is at one point I'm doing the meditation. My guys are like, talk about whales. So I talked about how all of the water is connected, because it is. All of the water starts in the mountains. At the top of the mountains is snow. It melts, it drops down the mountain into creeks, rivers, lakes, more rivers, ocean. It's all connected. Even in the ground, it's connected. It's connected to the underground rivers, all that stuff. It all goes to the same place. It goes out to the ocean, it evaporates, it comes back around. And so I've been in Flagstaff, where I'm at right now, and had whales come to me, right whales. A pod of right whales came to me one time. I was taking a nap. They popped in my mind and said, "We want to talk to you." And I'm like, going crazy. I'm on a mountain. Where are there whales at? They told me where they were at. They were by Maine or somewhere on the East Coast. And I was like, okay, I'll just trust it. And it was valid. They were. And so they tell me to tell this kind of talk about the whales, and I don't think I told that story, but I just went, hey, the water's connected. It's everywhere. This waterfall, everything, the trees, the oceans, we're all water. We're all made of water. We're all connected. Everything's quantum. Everything's energy. And if you're seeing a whale, trust it. And right after the event, this woman comes up and she goes, "Oh my God." She goes, "I was seeing a whale. It was trying to talk to me, and I pushed it out of my mind. I pushed it out because I thought it was my imagination. Like, how is a whale here? This can't be real." And immediately, within like 2 seconds, you said, "If you're seeing a whale, trust it." And they were mind blown. Uh, and it's all because I can feel the energy. My guides are talking to me, and different groups are talking to me. As we do these activations, it's not like a regular channel. That's the thing. I am a channeler. I don't channel the way other people typically do that you see on stage. They bring one being in. I channel collectives, I guess would be the word, where when we're channeling activation energy through me, you have galactics, fairies, you have inner earth beings, you have Sasquatches on the mountain, you have all of them talking to me all at once, taking turns talking to me and sending energy through and doing that type of thing. So I know what's around. I know there's a whale energy around. I know there's a Sasquatch. I know there's the woman in the water who people saw, people experienced. So it's fascinating. And that's just kind of like the beautiful thing of what happens when you get into my energy. And I'm one of those people that, you just have to be in my energy to experience those activations. We don't have to do the work. We can sit there. I do work to help you do something, activate you, focus your mind, that sort of thing, because it's all energy. And it's validating for me because they come back and they go, "Oh, I saw the woman in the water. I experienced the whale. We saw the Sasquatches, et cetera, whatever it is." Uh, it's a beautiful thing. And so as these events come up, uh, I'm just being, they just want me to say that story. That's the story of the events. If you have a chance to do in-person events, which we'll be creating more, and I'll be going to more, uh, that's the way to get activations. Boom. Just some storytelling with me. Love you all.